Okay, so the local top is most likely in. That is what I'm thinking. Very short TLDR update. So if you look at the total market cap and you understand what we've been discussing here in the channel, that this needs to push into this higher time frame region up here on the daily. If you go into the daily, you see that this is the level that needs to be touched, which is up here at around 3.32 trillion. If that level gets touched, I do think that is the final area. We can come up all the way up here, and then a rejection comes down to sub 80,000. That's what I think is going to happen. But for that, the market needs to build liquidity. So for us to see how the market builds liquidity, it's pretty simple. Push, pull back, and then it builds up this massive trend line liquidity. A lot of people long put their stop losses to these levels, and then these levels eventually get violated once the dump comes. So the reason why I think the local top is in, and when I say local top, I mean local top and a short-term pullback is coming. I mean, you can already see this in the market, is because there is a 1 hour structure break. So if you look here, the market has been pushing, and every single time there is a 1 hour break. Look at this here, for example, market structure shift. This here, let me just pull this in correctly. You can also even pull this in, by the way. Market structure shift, when there is at least a wick, but rather a close below there, you will see that that there is a retrace to the higher time frame order block, and then a rejection from there. That is going to be a pullback down to the 50% lag, and once that happens, there is a market structure shift that happened here as well, and there is a continuation higher. That is exactly what I think is going to play out here. Very, very, very similar concept. You do have a push, a close below, a retrace, and a dump. That is the same scenario here. You have a push, you have a close below, you have a retrace, which is most likely going to happen in my opinion now, and then a dump down to the 50%. Where is the dump going to come? Most likely it is coming all the way down here. Actually, I would rather pull this coming down here to the 3.15 trillion. So I would imagine something like this, and then we can continue for the final push, which will be the final opportunity, I think, around above this 3.32 level to actually sell off today. If you don't know who I am, by the way, my name is 𝗪𝗧, and I do these very short updates that help you navigate the market. I do have this crypto channel called 100x Club. It's not 100x because of all the 100x cryptos, but because if you make 5%, 4% a month profits in a 10-year interval, that's 100x your wealth, which is, you can just ask ChatGPT. It's crazy, but it is true. I do these daily updates, 5 to 10 minutes every single day, and I have a private community completely free. You can join in, and I share all my trades that help you make 4% every month. Now, if I look at this, I have taken a short position already. I took it on Bitfunded. I told you that we have a partnership here. They are not sponsors, but we do have an affiliate link down in the description. You can get funded as a trader. I have applied for this $150,000 account. You have to pass a challenge, and you get this account. And this is exactly what I did. There is a link on top of the description. I'm going to do a Zoom session. You're not going to be able to fit in for the next week's Zoom session, which I'm going to send an email out. But for the next one, which is going to happen in February, you are. So just try a challenge, and I do think it makes a lot of sense. So on a lot of time, I have taken a short position yesterday on the retrace. The reason why I didn't post this, because there was no break below here. It was actually a very interesting thing, because on the total market cap here, if you go into the total market cap hourly, if you go into the total market cap 5 minutes, there was a very clear market structure here. Look, there was a very clear market structure break, retrace, the exact same setup, and this is where I actually shorted. The reason why I didn't share it in the community, honestly, is because this is still above the hourly OB. So I thought it was a retrace and we could see a fake out, and I didn't want the community to get ragged or whatever. So I didn't share this, but I will add and open a new position once we have a retrace all the way up here. So 3.23 trillion, or Bitcoin, that would be at around, let me just see that. Bitcoin is already building up this massive liquidity. I already closed the short position, long position. But a retrace all the way up here to the 96,500, anywhere 5,600, anywhere here. I do think it's a great position to add shorts. They are building up. I do think Bitcoin is going to go down, and my main target for Bitcoin is about between 92 and 93,000, somewhere around here. I do believe this is going to be between 93.6 and anywhere to 90,000, and then we're probably gonna have one more push up, and then that is going to be the final one. Yeah, that's the ultimate setup. Very important. I have not sent the, oh yeah, very important, couple of things. So I do have, yesterday I gave you long entries on gold, so I'm still experimenting. I actually don't know why it's only $10, but I did take that long position on gold that I told you. I think it's worth trading gold, especially with the method that I'm trading. It's just a no-brainer to actually do these trades. So we were up here yesterday on the show, And I'm gonna start mixing it here. I'm not gonna do a standalone show, it doesn't make any sense. We're up here, and then I said we're probably gonna come down to this region, stop loss down here, and then took a long position here, and then it's riding up. It's going to continue higher, by the way, so I will open a new position on gold here. I do think gold is going to make a way to the 4,650-ish region, but this was a decent one. And I also wanted to tell you about the bots that I'm running. Again, I do have the bots until I do think there is going to be a dump, which is going to be after the final push. So I am waiting for the next big push, and then I will consider closing some of these short-term bots. So for example, the power bot, the home bot, the lit bot. So we'll see how it goes, but we will consider closing them. One more thing I wanted to say is that people were telling me that I'm quiet about the power thing. If you have been in the channel and you know we have early calls, we called power and it went 5x. We called Fox and it went 3x. So now this thing is in a massive drawdown, but I still have it open and I'm going to leave it open. And as I told you, I do believe that this will make its way back up to the 3.5-ish region, 0.35. We will see how it goes. I will update you in the community. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, subscribe to the channel. Check out this video. It's going to be a strategy AMD. You will be able to use it in my opinion, and join in the community. There'll be a lot of cool stuff coming. Guys, appreciate you. Take care.